Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm the Coins Monster. What's up, guys? Hope you're all doing good today. Thank you all for jumping in. Alright, let's see who's got on live today. Jackie, how you doing? Lynn, thank you for coming. Alexander, been a while, man. Alright, thanks for coming. Yeah, we'll take a look at it. And just by looking at what I see on the charts, no, I don't think it's a fake out. Okay. Many people have said it before, and I don't think it's a fake out. I'll explain why I don't think it is. Alright. But before we jump in, do a deep dive. Let me know how my sound is. Let me know if you can see the screen properly as well. Yo, Adam Khan, thanks for coming in, man. Yeah, no problem, man. 30 minutes, any minute is appreciated, man. Thanks. I just want to get the info out there for you, and I don't want to hide out if it's a red day. You know I never do, but you know, still. Alright, so before we get started, type in number 1 if my sound is okay, right? As usual, that's kind of my thing. And I will quickly mention the whole reason that I want to do the stream as a special request is I want to get one of the famous YouTubers out there, because this guy is really good. I've been following him for a year, and I've tagged him on Twitter because he asked me to do so, and just to get in touch, see if I can get him on the live. You know, he's been on the block, he knows the market, he knows the market sentiments, how to play it, how to remain calm. His strategy is good, and he never panics. Okay, he sees basically everything before it's done. He can help us out, you know. It's just like give us a pro trading mentality, not just for you guys but for me as well. All right, so I really like him, and I really want him to come online. So give this video a like, as many likes as you can, share it, and ask people to subscribe to the channel, because the more subs there are, the more help I can get you out there. All right, so let's get into it. All right, we've discussed Bitcoin before, right? And I will tell you why I don't think it's a fake out. Now I'm gonna jump into the RSI first. This to me doesn't mean a fake out. All right, Alex. Bitcoin was right here before at this bottom, and it was still in a falling channel. Alright, Bitcoin was still in a falling channel inside the big falling wedge. Okay, as soon as it broke out, I knew it was going to retest. And this was a bullish retest, but on the RSI. Okay, it was not on the price action yet. But this move indicated that the move to the upside was coming. Alright, and most likely it was going to get rejected by this top trend line right here. Alright, so that's why the trades were posted in the trading room. And that's why I was bullish on Bitcoin for that little move. Okay, so that's why I don't think it's a fake out, because many people, when they were posting the charts, or all the trades were continuously being posted on different channels, is because they were looking at it around here. Okay, like this. So they thought this part right here was a fake out, which means the next one was gonna break to the upside, right? But I knew it was not going to happen, because the line, the touches were not as comfortable, and that price action told me that. Okay, price action told me that, because Bitcoin's structure was incomplete in terms of price action. So most likely it was going to have one fake out, yes, but also the second fake out, and look how far it dropped. Okay, so when this happened, basically we got one touch here, second touch here, third touch here, and then we got the fourth one. But the price action, because it was still weak, it had to come down one more time, and then it built the bullish divergence. Okay, so if you ask me if this is a fake out, I don't think so. And why? Because of this little bit right here. Okay, it retested the RSI breakout first, it went up, the price action went up, it dragged the RSI with it. So when it did that, we got a double top, which means most likely it's going to come back down and have a good retest. Okay, I'm expecting, as I've drawn before, this little inverse head and shoulders, but what this will do, most likely play out like this. Okay, somewhere around the lines of that before it decides to go back up. And that's why I don't think it's a fake out, because the pattern is right there. It's just not complete yet. Because it's not complete, you can't see it. Alright, but it's one move at a time. So this was first move, this was the second move, and then when it dropped eventually to the lows on the RSI, it was gonna break to the upside, which means the next move was not gonna be a fake out. Now it's broken out, it's got rejected by the top, it's gonna come back down, retest, and then eventually it will break out to the upside, most likely. Alright, the chances of it going up from this retracement in the RSI is higher. Okay, because it's a falling wedge, it's a bullish pattern. Besides, we got the inverse head and shoulders forming at this very moment. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen, and that's why I've said it before. That's why I think Bitcoin is going back up to $55,000 to $60,000. And why? Because the falling wedge on a bigger scale is bullish pattern. Okay, because it's a bullish pattern, I don't think it's a fake out. And when it does go to the upside, what's going to happen? Most likely, look at this. I'll just have to extend this trend line, and the RSI is going to get a fake out right here. Okay, so that's the way it's going to work, most likely, as it has previously. Okay, because look at this. This is what happened before, right? Top right here, and then it came down. Then it touched again, failed to break, came back down, and went back up. This is a fake out, and then it comes back down again. So the same thing is going to happen one more time, and the RSI is going to be extended like that. It's going to give a fake out and then come back down. And at this section, all these YouTubers, the moon boys, they're going to be calling for 300,000 because it broke out of the RSI, but that's not going to happen. Monthly bearish divergence is now in play. And that's why I don't think Bitcoin is going to break anything above $62,000. And that's if you're lucky. Okay. Yo, Far and Tasty. Thanks for coming, buddy. Alright. So, Alex, I hope that answered your question. Alright, if it's a fake out or not. Okay. I don't think it is. Look, this retracement looks pretty healthy to me. Okay, that's why I have all these lines down here still waiting for a retracement. Okay, I look at the daily chart. I drew this before, and I did the screen share this morning when Bitcoin was just started to drop. I explained that this is the drawing I've made for you on the live stream before. Okay, saying, okay, look, this is what's gonna happen. Most likely the green histogram is gonna turn slightly towards the red, and that is when we're going to get our entries. Okay, that will be a healthy retracement for Bitcoin. Look what happened previously. The keys are here. The ADX went above this median line and it followed the green, okay, towards the top, which was a bullish move. Look what happened to Bitcoin then. It went all the way up from 41k all the way up to 60 something k, right? Now this time around, what's happening? The ADX is the opposite, right? It started to drop during the green histogram, which means it was weak. And that, if it was weak, that means there was no volume while Bitcoin was going up. And that to me is confirmed when I look at the price action chart. See? This is bearish divergence. Now you got Bitcoin going up, but the volume is actually trending down. Right? Most people don't look at it, but this is actually bearish divergence. You don't need RSI to tell you that. This is bearish divergence, okay? And it's going up without a volume. All right, that's why I was expecting a retracement on Bitcoin. I'm not bearish on Bitcoin, I'm just saying it needs a retracement. Okay, it's the price action telling me it needs it. Now, we have worked with different fractal theories, okay, because Bitcoin's structure slightly changed. Okay, we started following this fractal on Bitcoin, and this, by the way, was taught to me by one of the experts that I'm following, and I want him to come on the live stream. Right, he taught me this. He pinpointed exactly the place where Bitcoin actually started to drop and how it was going to play out. Right, look at this. This is insane. I've said it in the live stream before. This is from the guy that I follow. Right, he pinpointed the exact fractal. Now, honestly, it's kind of still playing out. It still is. Right, now we were waiting for a higher low on a higher time frame. And if it plays this fractal out exactly, then the next leg up is going to be good. And it's going to be towards $55,000, $60,000. That's where the Fibonacci points are at this moment. Okay? But this is how it's playing out. Now, I did say that if this fractal stopped playing out, then we'll have to go and refer to something else. Now, it could be anything at this point. Right, it still hasn't changed. It still has to try do a retracement and back test the breakout, because we went up, like I said before in the stream a few days ago. It went up basically for a week. Okay, all green candles, and that is not healthy. All right, so the drop that's gonna come next is gonna be scary. Okay, well, most people are going to get scared because they're not expecting for Bitcoin to come down. They see all the green candles, say, okay, it's going to continue to go up without having red candles. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way. All right, so at this point, it can do anything it wants to. Maybe it can just backtest this trend line on a wick. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it simply gives us a higher low. Okay, it doesn't have to backtest this trend line. Okay, it doesn't have to, but the RSI can backtest this. Alright, so Bitcoin drops, it drags down this RSI with it, it backtests it, but the price of Bitcoin kind of holds 38k, 37k, we don't know yet. It depends on the drop, right? So that is what's going to happen. Now, the big move on Bitcoin is going to come when we again see a bullish divergence on the oscillators pretty soon. All right, so when the stochastics over here, they reset, the histogram is reset, most likely what we will get is we will get a bullish divergence. Okay, so this histogram is going to turn out to be going uphill. Okay, so the next red hill is going to be slightly smaller, but the price is going to drop a little bit deeper. All right, so let's say even if Bitcoin does drop to 37k, 36k, okay, it's going to be hidden bullish divergence forming. All right, so just gotta wait. And I don't think this is a fake out on Bitcoin. Okay, look at the pricing structure beforehand. This is kind of same thing that happened before. Okay, during this time period right here. Okay, I'm gonna take this fractal out. I'm gonna post it up in here. All right, look, it's already happened before. It doesn't even have to go and back test all the lows. It can just simply go on and give us a higher low, and double bottom on a higher low for that matter. Okay, can play out this fractal exactly like it's showing. Okay, so anything can happen. Now it's a double bottom, goes up again, rejected, and then it goes down again. It's practically doing the same thing. It always does the same thing, just minor changes here and there. All right, and this is why I'm thinking it's not a fake out, because it's already broken the bearish structure right here. Okay, It's broken all the Elliott wave counts, right? Yeah, so we got the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's completed it, and now it broke out of it. So it's not going to be a fake out. Okay, we just don't know where it's going to bottom. Only the market makers do, right? We as traders cannot nail the top, we cannot nail the bottom. It's just the way it works. All right, so now also one thing about this drop is that you're gonna see on Telegram many people posting about the $40,500. There was a gap at that level. Yeah, it just got filled. Okay, and on futures, not on spot, on futures, it just got filled. All right, but this is kind of a slightly bearish structure to me. Okay, personally to me, it can be fake out, it's fake down, I don't know. But what it's looking like at this very moment is gonna go back up and then do this. And if it has to retrace, it will come back down to these levels once again. Okay, because it's already broken the whole structure, it took out the lows. Problem is, it took out the lows. Now, it's probably hunting all the stops. Okay, just like I mentioned in the screen share and I mentioned in the last stream, 100x leverage traders, 50x leverage traders are longing Bitcoin when it breaks out of this range. Okay, they think, okay, this is the critical range, it breaks out of it, we're gonna long it, and bam, it comes back down. Okay, so now they were longing Bitcoin again once it broke out, and then bam, you got the short. Now they'll be shorting at 50x, 100x, because it broke down the pattern. What they're going to do next is going to push it back up, liquidate all the shorts, and then come back down. Alright, so you gotta be careful and you gotta be patient, because pinpointing exact entries on Bitcoin is not stable, is extremely risky. Okay, the best thing you can do on projects you like is dollar cost average. Alright, but we'll take a look at those projects that are worth holding and trading in just a few seconds. First, one of my favorite things to look at, you're going to look at the USDT dominance. Alright, playing out exactly. The fractal is currently still playing out. Okay, so don't know where it tops, but it is doing what it exactly needs to be done at this moment. Okay, so Bitcoin, with it being Friday, so all the options expiries, you got the CME gap, and you got all the FUD that was going on with Ukraine and all that, but that suddenly changed all the bullish news, saying Ukraine has actually adopted now Bitcoin, is legalizing the currencies, and Bitcoin is dropping. Okay, so it's mixed sentiment, bullish and bearish all at the same time. Alright, so they're going to mind games, patience, testing, they're going to do a lot of stuff. But the answer is right here, it's on the charts. Everything is being done because the USD dominance sort of looking like it wants to go back up to do a double top at least. Okay, so we'll let it play out, see how it does and where it tops to. It might not go back to its all-time high. It might just get rejected by 4.5%, 4.6%, okay, at the critical levels. Okay, so this would be the critical level right in here. It might just get rejected over there and come back down. Alright, but this is a key thing to watch at the moment. Alright, if this plays out to the top, that means Bitcoin can actually retrace all the way back to $37,000, $34,000, which is still pretty healthy. We just gotta be patient. That's all it means, okay? Because right now, with all the choppiness going on, there will be 50x, 100x traders still trying to make their plays. Okay, and that's sort of like a money printing machine for all the exchanges. Well, USDT dominance is just like Bitcoin dominance or Ethereum dominance. See, when Bitcoin dominance is high, that means all the money and all the focus is on Bitcoin. When Ethereum dominance is high, means more people are interested in Ethereum, and it's going to go to the all-time highs, or everything depends on Ethereum. Okay, so that means the alt season depends on Ethereum. So very much the same way, you have USDT dominance, which means when this is going up, people prefer to stay in USDT rather than investing in altcoins, or even Bitcoin, for that matter. They just prefer to stay in cash. Okay, so if most people, this is what smartest people in the market look at. Okay, this is what smartest people in the market look at. Now, if the smartest people are not investing their money and they're staying in cash, that means we gotta focus and we gotta play it the same way. Okay, because USDT going up, that means crypto market is going down. Okay, look at this. Bitcoin dropped today, and look at what USDT dominance just did. It only went up by 0.28%, and Bitcoin has crashed all the way down to 40K. Right, that's a $3,000 move. Right, so imagine if this goes up by 1%. Well, what damage is it going to do? Right, so if 0.28% drops Bitcoin by $3,000, 1% is most likely going to drop it by almost $10,000. And if Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down. Right, so that's why it's important to focus on this thing. Plus, it's a chart pattern. That's what it is. You know, this is a bullish harmonic that is currently playing out. Okay, now this is going to be, when this is finished, this is going to be a bearish harmonic. It's going to be a bearish Gartley sort of a thing, and it will come back down. Okay, just like it always does. From this critical level, it always gets rejected. Right, so this technically is a bearish retest. If USDT dominance now goes up to do a double top, it is a bearish retest. Okay, it did it here. Look, first time around, it did it in September 20 when the market crashed. It did it again here from April to June. The market crashed. Now it did it again. It's the first stop, and look, Bitcoin crashed again in December to Jan. Now if it's going to go up again, it's the inverse chart of Bitcoin, put it that way. Double top on USDT means a double bottom on Bitcoin. Right? And this is a strong double bottom right here. Okay, if I take the measured move and just put it up there, it's going at least to about 4.5%, 4.6%. And that's where we look to enter the market. Okay, it's going to test maybe about a week, 10 days worth of play. Just chop on USDT dominance when people are deciding what altcoins to buy. That's where we enter. Okay, because that means USDT dominance actually has zero strength. All right, but looking at the oscillators, I think this has strength to go up. Okay, this double bottom is printed on the stochastics. Histogram is turning bullish slightly. The ADX is gaining strength, and the RSI has a double bottom. But I think the RSI, what it's going to do is actually going to go up and do a back test, a bearish retest of the rising wedge it broke down from. Okay, so that's what I think it's going to do. But still, it's risky. All right, until there is a more pattern to do this, it's risky. Now, this is what most likely going to be a chop for a month, but it will kind of print on a smaller time scale, sort of like a descending channel or something. Okay, that's what's going to happen on this thing, most likely. All right, when this thing makes a descending channel, it's going to break down. All right. I want to show you this to keep in mind, because whatever happens with this is going to determine where we are in the market. Okay, look at this. It did the same thing last time. All right, it was right here. Histogram was red, just turning bullish slightly. The stochastics were bottom, double bottomed. It went up again, and the RSI was still bullish above 50. Now the good thing here, the RSI has just turned above 50, but it's still going to do a bearish retest, because the main move for USDT dominance has already been done. Right? So it's already been done, and momentum is going to get tired, which means it's just going to print maybe just about a small green hell, and that's it. and that's surely going to be a sort of like either a bearish divergence or just simply say a weak move. Okay, now what can also happen, if it doesn't print a bearish divergence, it can just print a head and shoulders pattern which is bearish and just throw it down. Okay, the same thing happened last time, right? See, slanted head and shoulders, crash down, right? Head and shoulders, crash down. It's a Bart Simpson, whatever you want to call it, but it is looking bearish. In a bigger scale, shorter term time frame, it is bullish. Hey Brett, thanks for coming in. All right, so watch for this thing. You're gonna check on Bitcoin dominance, see what that thing is doing. Now Bitcoin dominance took a hit. Okay, now if you remember, the one key thing I actually mentioned is the only thing that can drop Bitcoin dominance is dominance itself. I mean, when drop it, I mean big drop. Okay, now so I backtested that theory, and this drop right here in the middle only came in when Bitcoin dropped. Okay, now this drop also came in when Bitcoin dropped. Okay, so when that big move happens, Bitcoin needs to drop for the big Bitcoin dominance to start coming down. And then when eventually people are not interested in Bitcoin anymore, the altcoin has bottomed completely, that's when the drop, Bitcoin dominance just kind of keeps going down and down and down. So for the next couple of days, we just gotta wait and watch. There is bearish divergence of Bitcoin dominance, which is good. You can see right there, ADX is actually getting weaker. I think Bitcoin dominance, because it's in critical zone, it does not have the strength to go all the way up to 45%. I thought it might get to 44, but it only got to 44.5, 43.5, sorry. It got rejected heavily from this key level. Right? So, just gotta wait, and my targets for Bitcoin dominance are way down. Its measured moves, its Fibonacci's, all these that put it down to about 28, 25, 22, and 18%. Okay, which is good for us. But this move is going to be very, very quick. It's going to be like a V-shaped recovery, I think, for Bitcoin dominance. Okay, it's going to take maybe about a month, maybe 2 months for Bitcoin dominance to come down all this way and then do a V-shaped recovery, just like it did back in here. That's a V-shaped recovery. All right. So that is what I'm looking at. And now we're gonna jump onto ETH because Lynn is holding quite a bit of Ethereum because she's a big fan of it, and we gotta know what Ethereum is going to do because it's the leader of altcoins, right? Now, Ethereum is giving a fake out, sort of looks like it at this very moment. Okay, now I can try and readjust the pattern maybe a little bit, but even then it doesn't fit as much. All right, let's see where it bounces off of. But if Bitcoin comes down, Ethereum can come down as well. Okay, so my target, my entry for Ethereum, I'll be looking around 2600, 2500 if this range is broken. Now, the next 7 days will tell us more. Okay, it is all up to the next 7 days. Okay, but it is a range. Now, most traders are trading these ranges. Okay, so the long about 100x, 50x, whatever for this 12% move. Okay, then they shorted for 12% move. Now we don't know. Just gotta wait to see what happens. Okay, I'm not bearish, but it just looks a bit weak to me. Okay, it looks a bit weak. Now I can just go on ranging until it comes down slowly to about 2600, 2500, but that will still be a back test of this range that held Ethereum at 2100 before it popped up. All right, so It's going to come back and do a retest of this breakout right here. That is healthy. To me, that looks healthy. Okay, so I'm not too worried about it, because the targets for Ethereum, I think it's going all the way back up to about 5,500 at the very most. But I will stick with 5,200, 5,300. That's where the range is for me. Okay. Oh, I have no idea, Jackie. I have no idea. Maybe 2 months at the very most. At the very most. We don't know yet. Because timing is something that normal people like us, we cannot determine, you know. It's just not possible for us. Because we don't know what fractal is playing out. Okay. Just like I showed you here. This was the first fractal that was playing out. Okay. Now, we don't know if this is going to be in play. Okay. We actually don't know if this is going to be in play. We don't even know where we are at this point, because there's something changed on this structure. And something is going to come from this structure. We just don't know which one it is. Okay. It might just be a combination of these two. Look at this. Right, it might just be a combination of these two. Just quickly print a double bottom, but it's not going to be as, maybe it's not going to play exactly the same way. Maybe it just does it a shorter period. Okay, let's just say it only goes to April, but if it does a higher time frame double bottom here, can put it up to July, June, July, somewhere around there. Okay. So we can't tell. It all depends on USDT dominance, how long it takes to come down. It depends on Bitcoin dominance, how long it takes to come down, because it's going to set new lows, but where it finds support, we don't know. Basically, when Bitcoin dominance finds support at about 18, 20, something like that, it consolidates in that range, that's when Bitcoin will be hitting its top. So maybe April, maybe May, maybe June, July, we don't know. But I don't think there's going to be a full year of it. I don't think it has that much strength left in it. Right? I really don't think so. But yeah, timing, we cannot tell, man. It all depends on the market makers, really. It really depends on the market makers. Now, I wish I were one, so I could tell you that, but don't know. Alright. Best we can do is wait, because trading chop is absolutely difficult, and it's a nightmare. Right? It's an absolute nightmare. So we don't even know what Bitcoin is going to do in the next couple of days. Okay, let's say this was the double bottom. Okay, now Bitcoin is dropping. Okay, this fractal, it's from its own chart, and it's taken from this level right here, from May to June, right? Now if this is in play, that means this fractal can easily play out. This is a fake down. It's not a fake out, it's a fake down. Okay, so basically it means it can reverse from here and go up. We don't know. And then hit maybe about 58k, or maybe it even hits slightly, let's say 50k, and then retraces all the way back to 41. We don't know what's gonna happen, right? So I honestly do hope that all these target levels right here I have on Bitcoin, 40,400, 39,700, 39,000, 38,000, 200, 37,200. I think all these levels, the sooner they hit, the better. Right, and I hope they get hit, because that will be a strong retest. Okay, and this means it's gonna give us a lovely little pattern to trade off of. It's going to be a healthy view and an understanding where the market is gonna go. Now that's why I looked at the USDT dominance, and I've been looking at it for about 3 weeks now, because if it does play out a double top, that means we're most likely gonna hit about 39, 38. And that will be good enough for me, honestly. That's good enough. Okay, there's not much strength left in it. There's not much projection left in it. So that means we're not going to drop all the way down to 33k, 30k. Okay. and that's a good thing. Also, I want to remind you all, let me remove this for a second. Take a look at this chart, right? Clean chart, and why I'm sticking to the fact $55,000 to $60,000. People don't see it because it's not completely done yet, right? But what I see happening right here in the future, near future, is going to be this. All right. Don't forget, there is going to be the Wyckoff distribution that will play out. All right. Don't forget this. Now, when it gets, like I said before, when it gets to about $50,000, the RSI breakout of whatever falling wedge, YouTubers will be posting again their moon boy predictions of $300,000, $500,000 Bitcoin. They will negate this idea completely because they don't want to see it. Sorry, they don't want to see it. Okay, and this has already happened before. Look at this. Right? This fractal, it's from its first drop of 64,000. Now, I can just extend it, and this is what is most likely going to play out. Okay? Now, if you take a look at USDT dominance, this will tell you the projection of Bitcoin. Okay, I'm going to take this fractal right here and I'm going to overlay it on BTC. Just an idea, but this is what I think is most likely going to happen. Look how well it sits. Okay, if I'm saying USDT dominance is going to break to the downside, then imagine what Bitcoin is going to do when it reaches its top. All right, there you go. Not exact, but kind of the same idea. All right. Now keep this in mind. The Wyckoff distribution is not a joke. It's nothing to play with. So don't fall for the trap that Bitcoin is going to about $500,000 when it doesn't have the strength, because monthly has bearish divergence on all oscillators. Okay, and monthly is for years. Monthly RSI, monthly charts are for years. It's not for months. Okay, so keep this in mind. Whatever you do, go, if you want to go and rewatch this stream, or even the first video I made, first live stream I did, or take a screenshot of it, post it, and wait for it. Okay, remember this when you see all these YouTubers calling for $500,000 Bitcoin. Remember the Wyckoff distribution. Don't forget that. All right, don't forget that at all. Okay, Jackie, for your answer, now that I see this thing right up in here, there might be a chance, might be a slight chance that the time period that you're looking for might take us into May and June. All right. Now this fractal that's from the USD dominance is kind of playing out on Bitcoin, right, as we speak. Okay. So if Bitcoin does drop a little bit more and comes back down to the lows of 37, 38K, this might just be on the cards. All right. And it can take you all the way up to June. And that's the very, very most I'll say. It won't take us another year for a bull run, because I don't think it has the strength left in it. Okay, because it all goes about the time period on the charts as well. So if Bitcoin doesn't go up in the 4-hour time frame or the daily time frame, most likely it's going to drop because it's doing a bearish structure, right? So that is what I see. Yo, Eddie, my man, thanks for coming in, buddy. All right. So, Alex, I don't think this is a fake out. but I do think we need a retest, and it would be good for us. All right, now we just need to determine where it's going to go up from. I honestly hope that it hits my targets. I really do. 37, 38K, I really hope we do hit those, because it was going to be just a healthy chart to look at. Alright, it's just going to be a healthy chart to look at. Now let me just get back to the couple of... There we go. I want to keep this. Alright, so a GRT. Alright, I made a price prediction video on it, and the other day I did take a look on the stream. I think this you can get a nice entry on this at about 30 cents. Okay, look for entries between 30 and 36, from around there, because this is a clear-cut double top. All right, we need to see it range. Either buy it when it breaks out and then let it go up, or just wait for it to come down and expect it around 30 to 36. Okay, because that is going to be the bottom, but it will give us a higher low. So its low is 23 cents. Okay, even if we get at 30, we don't nail the bottom, but 36 is going to be a entry on a higher low, and that's going to be good for us. All right, now GRT is actually on the grayscale trust. All right, so I do think it has potential, because this look at this, it's been quiet ever since. It's been a year now. It's been quiet for a year, and I wouldn't doubt that when this thing breaks out, it can do some serious work. Okay, serious work. Alright, so stay tuned for this. There's going to be a capitulation coming soon. I can feel it on this one. Alright, now API 3, I do talk about it. I have recorded a video on this thing, so do watch it. Alright, I'll give the details. I'll talk about the project and why I like it. I'll give my reasons for it as well. Okay, so stay tuned for this video. I really like this project. I think it has potential. Huge potential. I am talking potential for years to come. Now, I am going to give you a little bit of trading idea. Okay, first time I'm going to do it on the live. Now, AVAX. Let's delete the Fibonacci's so we can get a clear view on AVAX. AVAX, I'm going to short this thing. Okay, it is looking weak on the daily time frame. There is a double top. Most likely there is a bearish divergence as well. Okay, now there is a little bit of bearish divergence. Let's take the 12 hours. Yeah, there is bearish divergence. Now upon a retest, I'm going to short this thing. Now the main reason why I would like to short it is because of this fake out right here we just had. Okay, it does not have the strength to keep going up, and usually from this range and this area, this critical area rejection, they fall down. Okay, so I think it's a good percentage drop left on it, which means it can all easily come back down all the way at least to 65 and $60. Okay, so the percentage drop is about 28%, which means if you like to short it, you can make some gains. All right, now AVAX 3 as short is on KuCoin as a leverage tokens, but it does not carry the risk of getting liquidated. And look at this beautiful structure right here. All right, it's a 3x token, which means it can give you 3 times the percentage gains. All right, so if AVAX drops 20%, look at this clear-cut chart, plain and simple. If it goes back to its critical level right up in here, it's 60% gains. All right, now 60% gains means confluence that AVAX can drop 20%. All right, so it's a good trade. Now I just need to go and find entry on this thing, but I'll wait for a nice retest. All right. It's sitting at 76 cents right now. I think a good entry will be about 65, 63, or 68. Okay. That could be a good trade right there. Yeah, about 66, 67 will be a decent entry on a back test, and then let it go for about 30, 40% gains. Yo, thanks for coming in, Adam. Thank you. I know it's a bit tough to stay out the live, but you know, I appreciate the time, man. I really do. All right, so we got this Twitter thing done. Replay the music a bit. All right, I want to talk about OMG. All right, Ozzy, I know you're watching. Look at this. I asked you to wait slightly because I knew it was going to come down. Okay, because that's what it usually does. And this fractal is still playing out. Okay, I think it still can come back down to my entry at about 3.5. Maybe not exactly 3.5, maybe it only does like 3.6, 3.8. All right, but it's going to be a nice double bottom, and at that time it's going to be a lovely entry. Look at what it did last time around. Right, look at what it did last time around. A beautiful double bottom right there. Okay, so that's where I base the idea on, and this fractal is actually from this little price right here. Okay, so you can easily weight it around 3.5, 3.6. Okay, that would be a brilliant entry, brilliant, absolutely terrific entry. All right, I do think Omisa Go has good projection, and I'm going to stick to my targets up to about at least $13. And if it has any potential to go higher, well, it goes higher. But at this point, I will remove my capital and then watch it trade. If it goes higher, well, then my profits are making more profits. But that's going to be my personal play. I'm going to remove my capital at $13. Okay. Sorry. Now, why am I removing this? Is because I already get 260% off of my entry on OMG, and that's a brilliant trade. Okay, so 263% gains, and if it goes any higher, I'm going to make an average of about 350% gains, roundabout, somewhere around there, which is still good. Okay, so wait for the entry on OMG. I think it's coming. Same thing for Tezos. Okay, I posted lower entry, and look at this. Alex, this is what a fake out looks like. Alright, this is what a fake out looks like. Rejected from critical level twice. Alright, that's why I have a lower entry mark right here. 3.4, 3.2, $3, $2.95, and 2.7. Alright, it can be any one of these at this point. Okay, now it's not going to go down in a straight line, so it might just do this. I'm going to take this fractal though. I will post it. Actually, I'm going to take another fractal, and this is going to be the fractal that I take. Right down in there. This kind of fits right there. See? Now, if this plays out sort of what it's doing, we're definitely going to get at least about $3 entry. And that's on a higher low as well, on a higher time scale. That is good for us. So wait for the entry on Tezos as well. Okay. I've heard some news about Cristiano Ronaldo being partnered with Tezos and all that. So it's a pretty decent project. It's got a good staking project, rewards, and I think it's going to do some work because that is what it usually does after a retracement. Okay. So watch for this thing. The entries are coming. HDR, another one of those, still playing out the range. I think for this HDR, you can still find the entry around 50 to 70. That's been my buy zone for it. All right. So that's where I'm looking. Now the fractal is playing out, even to the wick is getting rejected from it, the critical levels that extend all the way back to there. Okay, so unless it breaks the zone, it's not going to go to the upside. It will have to do double bottom, triple bottom, and only then it can break to the upside. Okay, now it can give about 300% at least. Okay, so that's where my basic targets are for HTR, but I do think it can go higher simply because it's a good project. Now I made a price prediction video on it saying about $7, so do go watch it. I would really appreciate the views, but honestly I just give more details about the project. I do talk about the technical analysis on it as well, and it does look like it can do some work. Alright, and honestly this kind of looks like Wi-Fi to me as well. When it went all the way up to 40k, came back down to 9k, and then eventually ended up at about 100k. Okay, so this has a similar structure. Okay, so if anything in the bull market goes, especially the good projects, the cheap ones, they have bigger chance of flying. Right, and the volume is good too. Look at the volume. Okay, yeah, it's just playing out the regular structure, like tops out, people sell, take profits, come back down, rebuy and all that, but it's actually doing a really nice structure, I'll be honest. Alright, so even if it goes to $3, I mean the percentage gain is huge, right? Let's say even if you just buy it at about 75 cents after it does its consolidation, you still get about 3x at $3. Alright, if you got a decent entry, like at the trading room I posted a couple of trades at 50 cents, that's about 420% all the way to the top, because that's where they usually go to get rejected. Alright, now if it hits my price prediction for some crazy reason at $7, that's going to be huge. Alright, that is going to be huge. So from 75 cents you're looking at about a 7x, right, on average. So it is hopium a bit, I will admit, but you know what, I'll stick with the 4x, 5x and be happy that I got into a great project at a great price, and it's still pretty cool. Right, so that's one. And also, yeah, I hope I cleared everything else for you with the GRT, Tezos and ONG. And now we're going to look at DAR. I talked about this on the previous live stream, and I did say it can follow this little range right here, right? Let's see where it bottoms. If we can find it, if we can just get a beautiful entry at 50 cents when the market is good, man, the upside on this project is absolutely terrific, right? Absolutely terrific. So I will watch this thing, stay tuned. Why I think it can give at least about a 5x from the new drop price. You're gonna love this thing. I do like the project as well, right? Now Link. I have a theory on Link, and I have posted that the accumulation zone for Link for me is about $17 to $20. Right? That's where I look for it to accumulate, because anything below it, it's like, you know, it's not worth it because it doesn't have any strength. But $17 to $20, it can push it up. Okay, it can play out really nicely. But to be honest, right now it looks kind of weak, right? We don't know what structure is gonna play out, so just gotta wait on Link. It's been quiet for a year. It's been absolutely quiet for a year, and this, along with DOT, has been disappointing. Right, look at this. Now I did post a trade on DOT that gave us about 20%. I haven't posted anything since because I think there was a drop coming on this. It had to back test its lows, and gain the strength, because last time it dropped heavily, it did this rubbish move right here. Right, I'm gonna take this fractal, I'm gonna post it from this range. Right, look at this. It looks like it's coming back all the way down to $15. Right, still gonna be a higher low compared to this one, the drop in July. But hey, I don't want anything to do with that because it's a slow mover. But once it gets to its low, big chance it goes on up to my price prediction of $120. Okay, last time it did about a 4x. So this time, it doing a 4x from this bottom sends it to my price prediction. Well, kind of. $70, but hey, I'll be happy with the $70 dot. So now, when DOT is bullish, most likely it's gonna have its parachain news as well. Right now, the parachains are not fully working, fully functional. All right, but definitely something going. All right, guys, I can take requests on the coins you want me to take a look at. Okay, and we'll see where we can find our entries on the projects you're studying. Alright, now don't worry about it, this drop is only a retrace, and that's why I prepared every single person in my trading group to watch for bearish divergences and to be patient on the trades, move up their stop losses, take the profits, because most likely we're going to have a retracement. Okay, it paid off. Actually, one of the guys said, okay, I made him some money by actually informing there could be a drop, so he just stayed in all cash because of the USDT dominance. So it pays, right? It does pay. All right, XRP in short term, we'll take a look at that first. Now bear with me, I do want to go get a glass of water first, because otherwise I'm going to be absolutely dried. And I'm going to be coughing on the stream, and that is not polite to you. Yeah, I'll take a look at Jewel Jackie. Alright, I have targets marked for XRP, Lin, 72, 70, 68, and 66 cents. That's my targets. Okay, now I have not sold my XRP because I'm still bullish on it. Okay, I'm just waiting to see where it's going to bottom at. Sorry, excuse me, I'm gonna have a drink of water first. Alright, so that's XRP in the short term. Now, I've been trying to figure out with XRP what fractal is going to play out. It's just so damn volatile that it's impossible to figure it out, you know? It's absolutely impossible to figure it out, but I'm still holding it because when it pays, right? So that's what I'm doing. Now currently it does look like this fractal is kind of in play for XRP, okay? And it shows it easily can come back down to the lows that I have already marked. By the way, the targets that I have here, they're Fibonacci targets as well as the measured move from the pattern, because I like to have multiple confluences. Okay, so that's my measured moves. Now I'm gonna be posting the trades again, but I will not post the exact bottoms, because you know what I like a higher low, right? And that's a confirmation low for me as well. So once I have a confirmation low, I can start posting again. And I don't care, I really don't care. See, even say if XRP drops to 66, I don't care if I don't get my entry at 66. I'll be happy taking it at 70, because 70 is a confirmation low for me. I'll happily take it there. See, if this fractal plays out like this, there's one thing you should see. Look, let's just say 66 cents is the bottom for XRP, okay? And look at the fractal, see how well that fits, right? It drops all the way back to the 0 fib level, goes back up, bounces on the 236, rejected of the 382, double bottom on the 236, goes up, gets rejected by the 0.5, bottoms at 0.382, goes up again, rejection by the 618, holds 0.5, and so on and so on and so on. So it's like a staircase, but it's going to keep on going on a higher low basis. And when it does that, it's actually pretty decent for me, right? So that's what I see on XRP. Now Ethereum, I did ETH, and I think Ethereum in the short term is actually waiting. I'm waiting for it to hit about 2,500, 2,600 for a decent entry. Until then, it's just going to be choppy. Okay, but you know my medium targets. They are sitting around about $4,000, $4,500, $5,000, and $5,300. Okay, those are my targets for Ethereum. I don't see any more potential in Ethereum besides. Actually, then, if you can find out if you can trade the coins using your Ethereum on Coinbase. I don't know about Coinbase, I don't use it, but do find that out, because I do think I can help gain you some more Ethereum, right? Not financial advice, of course, but I can just post some things for you to look at and study, right? Now this is a massive fake out with a double top, and just the price action is looking bearish, which means Ethereum most likely comes back down to test the lows. Now I do have a short on Ethereum. I have been shorting it since 3,100, around about the 3,120 I think was my entry. Currently I'm about 150% on it, and I'll see where it bottoms in the short term and close my trade and see if it's still bearish to go to 2,600. I'll reopen the trade again. Okay, I haven't been trading much, but when I do see a nice entry, I take it. Right, let's go with Jewel for you, Jackie. Oh, DeFi Kingdoms, you love it, don't you? Alright, I'll be honest with you, but don't hate me. I think this is horrible. I think this is horrible. This is gonna take months to go up for you, Jackie. Months. Okay. It's gonna take months. Now, yeah, it's pure red candles. It's pure red candles. I don't know what price you got in at. And honestly, when I look at the price structure, it looks weak to me. Okay, it looks weak to me. I'm not saying it's never gonna go up, but it's just gonna take a while, 2-3 months, and I think I would definitely get out of it at about, if it gets back to anything close to its all-time high, let's even say about $18 to $20, I would get out. Okay, I would get out of it. I don't really see, this is the thing. Parabolic move to the upside, parabolic move to the downside. Okay, and it's not even playing up as well the whole trading style. Okay, so you usually get an accumulation phase, then you get a markup phase, you get the euphoria phase, backtest, hopium, and all these back to normal phases. Markdown phase. It's just a single drop. Okay, it's nothing but red candles. Look at this. There's not even one green candle right here. This is horrible. Okay, I think I looked at it for you before when it was sitting around $15 or around about there somewhere. But yeah, I wouldn't hold it, because once this does a double top and it gets rejected at the critical level, it doesn't even break into the all-time highs or backtest the all-time highs, it's bearish as hell. Okay, honestly, if you do get a chance to get out of it, if you're in profits, I think the best thing to do is right now is wait, and anything close to like $15, start planning to get out of it. Let's take a look at the weekly. Look at the weekly. Weekly is a bearish engulfing candle that takes 1, 2, 3. It just takes out 3 candles in one massive red candle. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible on Jewel. I've heard great things about the project, but this just looks horrible, honestly. TA speaking, you know. Hey, I could be wrong. It just bounces off of this lows and goes up high. But hey, the sooner it gets back up, the better. Okay, targets are right here: 15, 16 to 17, and 18 to $20. I would look to get out as soon as I can. Definitely get out as soon as I can. Okay, see, I'll show you why. I'll show you AXS. Okay, look at AXS. Now this is what AXS did. Right, look at this. There was a base right here on AXS. There was an accumulation, and there was a markup phase which was right here, and then there was the euphoria phase which was right here, and then the markdown phase started. Okay, so we had at least one green candle trying to push it up, and then it couldn't. This turned into red, and then that's it. But that was the whole market crash. But even then, this looks healthy. This did not come back down to all the lows, the lowest of the low. It did not come back at it. It just reaccumulated at $3. Right? And then look at this. Just nothing but green candles after that. And that is why I have not posted any trades on AXS. I think this is a massive short. I think this is coming back down huge. Okay, I would not be surprised to see AXS back at $30. Hey, maybe even lower. But lower, I would go in the bear market. I would just say at least $30 is the nice range to get an entry on AXS. This is a bearish structure. Absolutely horrible. Ah, you got it all for free. Well, you know what? Just be happy. You got it for free. Just be happy. And yeah, just farm as much as you can. But honestly, I think these gaming projects, they're gonna be big again, but the next cycle, right? Really big again, but next cycle. Take a look at this. Hold on, let me show you something here. I'm gonna take a quick fractal. And I'm gonna post it onto Axie. Most likely this fits. This is Bitcoin. So it's almost at the bottom. It already hit 43, 45. So look at this. Almost at the bottom. Right? So once it's done, that's why I'm not bullish on Axie this cycle. Look at this. This I think will go back all the way up to maybe $100, but this is not worth investing my money into personally, because if I have opportunities to go for 300-400%, I will go with those. Okay, so yeah, Lynn, if you get free Axies, I think you can hold it, but your sell targets would be anything about 100 to 120, and then be happy with it. Okay, this is a bearish structure for it, and I wouldn't be surprised honestly to see it at the lows of $30. But if you can get it up, sell it quick as you can. I don't think it has the strength to break into all-time highs this year. Nice. 100 Axies, man. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Alright, so that is what we've looked at recently. Now, okay, so Bitcoin hit my first target, and it actually broke down to 40,000. Last time I did that, all the targets were hit. So we just gotta be patient on this thing. Okay, still has a way to go. Honestly, I think it still has a way to go. Now, this will take a bit of time. Maybe go something like that and then go back all the way down here, okay? So just be patient, but the entries are coming and the payday I think is coming. Once we get this double bottom, it's go time. It's absolutely go time. All right. Now stay tuned. If I post a trade in the trading room, all right, stay tuned and take profits. Okay. Don't forget to take profits, or at least move up your stop losses, because I will not be posting any trades until we get a clear-cut entry on these altcoins. All right. Now, one thing I'm looking at now is total 3. Okay. Total 3 is still doing its retest. Now, I did post that it was going to do the back test. It was going I think it was around at about 800 billion. I thought it was going to do back double bottom at 600. Now I could be wrong, it doesn't get to 600 billion, but to be honest, this structure is looking like it needs one more drop, okay, to complete this falling wedge. Usually happens, and this low will definitely looks like it wants to hold, so and then break out. Okay. So we'll just be patient, but take profits. Up until then, take profits, all right? You got 10k SLP, Lynn, nice. I hope you sold some SLP for about 3 cents when I got to it. Sorry guys, someone at the door. Alright, so that is it for today, guys. I hope I helped you to keep an open mind during the drop today. Okay, we still have a little bit more time to wait for, but I think big things are coming later on. Okay, I didn't want to leave you hanging. Alright, and look at this. Mana is looking the same, okay, double top, rising wedge, bearish pattern, bearish structure, and looks like it's going to get rejected from this range. Okay, it is a heavy rejection because it's a double rejection. Right, most likely comes back down to the $2 range. That's where I'll be waiting for Mana. Okay, so right. Just be patient, just a little bit more patience is needed. And look at this, QRDO, my buy zone definitely started to fill. One of the coins that I really like, QRDO. One target is hit on the buy zone, I think the next ones are coming. Okay, we need confirmation lows. Every time it goes up, we need confirmation lows on it. Right, so I will post, and I will start to post again as soon as I see something very, very clear. Alright, thanks you guys for watching, and I will do a screen share pretty soon. It's going to be either later on tonight or tomorrow again, okay, just to carry out the updates. And if you can, do please like the video, share it with your friends, comment in the comment section. Okay, the YouTube algorithm picks it up, and I want to help a lot more people, especially the newcomers who are just getting into crypto. I don't want them to lose their money, so just your likes and your comments, they help. Subscribe to the channel, ask your friends to subscribe, and I hope I do get the guest on the live stream so he can give us his expertise as well. Okay, alright guys, thank you for your time. Stay tuned, stay safe, and stay blessed. I'll catch you on the next stream.